Oh well. Welcome to a 1v1 on Colony Farmer Winter. This game's going to be Momo4sho versus Strategos. I've cast both of these players plenty of times, so you all know and love them, since I'm sure you have seen every single one of my casts. I'm certain that every one of my viewers has religiously been following my stream and YouTube channel. Therefore, you are 100% familiar with both of these players, and they need no introduction. Momo playing as Oberkommando West on the east side, and Strategos playing as U.S. forces on the left. We're going to see 3 rifle opening against Kuba wagon opening, so pretty standard. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess I have no idea which player submitted this. I'm pretty sure both of these players have submitted to me. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. Maybe not. Guess we'll see. No, I didn't cast any of the 2v2 tournament games, I don't think. Unless somebody requested one. I did cast a 2v2 earlier. That looked like it could have maybe been tournament play. No, it wasn't, though, because that was a really old game. So no, I haven't. If anyone requests any of them, though, I would. But obviously my list of requests is so long that I'm not just going to, like, cast some random tournament games. Was that tournament hosted through Kotu.org, though? If it was, then maybe I should, because I am, like, Kotu.org lead caster. Should probably give that tournament, like, a little bit of coverage. Yeah, I definitely should. Somebody should send me some of those. I will fast lane. I will fast lane any tournament games. How about that? Well, not any tournament games, but at least, like, a few. Especially if they're, like, finals or something like that. If nobody else is casting them. Does TAW have their own caster? They probably have their own casting setup, right? If they want me to cast it, or anybody here wants me to cast it, though, I would definitely fast lane. I'll fast lane at least. If it's like the finals or something. Anyway, cut off harassment right here by that rifle squad, gets pushed back into the base. 4 rifle opening, by the way, so it looks like Captain Tier. We've got breakthrough, scavenge, and fortifications versus airborne, infantry, and rifle company. And a lot of wire going down from Momo too, by the way, to deny cover. He spaces the wire like pretty far away from the cover so that some of the slots are still available, but it's tough to actually squeeze a full squad in there. Whereas if you put it too close, they can just stand behind it and they get green cover anyway. So I think he's intentionally trying to like leave a little bit of extra room on the wire denial cover right there, which is a little bit tricky to get just right, but I think he's utilizing a good practice right there, denying cover to his opponent. Folks Grenadiers working on this area here in the north. And Battle Group Headquarters placement right there. Interesting. There's some pretty popular different spots on this map. I think getting placement just... Whoa. Boom! There it is! The alert works! You guys like that? Did you do? Thank you, Sedolio, for your $1 donation. And I will cast the game you sent me. I will fast lane that. Thank you. Nice. I need to work on the font, though. The text was a little hard to read. I'll figure it out. Oh, I'm so glad that it works. Okay. Thank you, Sedolio, for donating. Making me know that my alert works pretty well. Good. Folks Grenadiers firing on... and Kuba Wagon pushing that squad of riflemen back. They should win that engagement. Riflemen in the church right here. Sedolio, you were the one, too, who was like, Romeo's fishing for donations so hard. Don't fall for it. He's the first one to send me $1.
Stand ready.
I am amused. I am highly amused.
Supply half track is ready for orders.
Momo in a pretty good position, actually, considering he's up against 4 rifle into AA half-track rush. Very solid early game, making good use of the Kuba wagon to win himself early map control. Strategos kind of struggling against it, and Samoski Winter, or not Samoski, Colony Farmer Winter can have that effect. It can you just kind of, as U.S. forces, especially left base, is just terrible. Left base, this map is just terrible. There's so much deep snow. can really hamper your infantry movements a little bit, but it does have a tendency of being pretty good at holding the sole munitions point, and we're seeing that at least. Oh, the green cover right here, plus the building, green cover right there. Lots of places for infantry to stand and maintain control of the central munitions, so Strategos at least has that under his control. Kubelwagen working on the riflemen here in the center, Folks Grenadiers in yellow cover in the building, trying to win an engagement against those riflemen at range, but it looks like they're not doing very well here. That one's going to have to retreat. Do we have a forward retreat point? Yes, we do. So Momo's gone 4 Folks Grenadiers into retreat point. Kubel, Rakettenwerfer, very hard tier 0. He might just be going straight for Jagdpanzer? Nope, just kidding. There's tier 4 right there on the cutoff. And there's the AA half-track revealing itself to those Folks Grenadiers in the north, which I'm not sure they're going to get away. Doesn't look too good. I don't see any mines anywhere either to punish it for being overly aggressive. Probably going to gun that down, even without the autocannon. Yeah, Folks Grenadiers get wiped, so pretty good opening for that AA half-track. Currently, 1 Panzerschreck on the field, 1 Rakettenwerfer, so we can probably manage the threat that that thing poses, but it made a very nice entrance right there. That's gonna make the rest of this game potentially difficult for Momo, being down 1 squad. His opponent with 5 squads of combat-capable infantry up against Momo's 3 plus Kubelwagen. Gonna have to make very good use of that Kubelwagen.
Our resource sector has been cut off from our supply chain. Wagen ready. Ready for action. Orders complete. Prepare for combat.
Kubelwagen gonna try and force a retreat there in the south. Should be successful. Pretty quiet. Momo has turned into maximum turtle mode right now because of this. He basically knows he cannot harass territory. He has to make a coordinated push with pretty much all of his forces to try and win an engagement, a hard engagement against that AA half-track if possible. Unfortunately, he's not brought his Rakettenwerfer to support his forces here in the south, so he has no way of winning this. Didn't bring the Panzerschreck either, actually. It's just in the building. It's good practice, by the way, to leave all of his anti-tank together to maximize his chances of killing this. If it does overextend straight into his battle group, but clearly that's not happening right now. Sturm Pioneers might even get wiped because they just walked past red cover. 2 squads of riflemen in the retreat path through red cover right here. Oh, that tier 4 placement though. That miracle tier 4 placement does protect a very large portion of that retreat path, so that helps. That helps a lot.
Task complete. Men, lock and load. Where's the shooter? Get eyes on! Enemy! Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting...
Folks Grenadiers moving up to engage against the lieutenant right there. They're going to be forced to retreat. Blizzard kicking in right now. Panzer II on the field. That came out quick. That's a risk. That's a gamble. One he's willing to take against Lieutenant Tier. Lieutenant Tier with no M20. There's no AT guns. There's no bazookas. Panzer II should have a very, very solid impact, and it should be able to beat an AA half-track in pretty much most circumstances. There's no mines, and the Sherman will be late. I think Panzer II is generally a good call against 4 riflemen, 4 rifles AA half-track. It's the quickest counter, hard counter to that build that you can get out, and you just have to try and hope that the Sherman's not going to be arriving that soon, which in this case it's not. Strategos hasn't had that much of a fuel advantage or lead this game, and by exhausting a lot of fuel into this AA half-track, Sherman's going to be a little on the late side. 11 minutes in and he doesn't even have a major out yet, so that helps. And I think maybe he slowed himself down with upgrades? Yeah, grenade tech, 25 fuel into grenades, so Panzer II should have a pretty good impact here, I think. Folks Grenadiers moving to take control of the northeast victory point. Momo does have the south fuel, so he's in an okay position for map control, but he should definitely try and get victory point captured and slow this bleed. 150 VPs behind, which is not a great position to be in. Squad needs to retreat from the center of munitions. We'll get away narrowly. Panzer II moves up to continue kiting these infantry to death where it's able to. Kuba Wagon trying to keep Rifle Squad at bay. Using detection, by the way, and the Blizzard, I think, is going to provide Momo with a pretty decent amount of knowledge. Or not, never mind. I'm not sure if I can actually see what that is revealing. There's not that much over here, just the AA half-track. Panzer II continues working on the squads in the building right here. They will be forced to retreat before the building collapses. The Stern Pioneers are moving to take control of the resource point before the VP. Oh, he's taking this VP. Okay, so yeah, the clock has stopped, so that makes sense. Nice job stopping the clock up here, but he is getting punished by that AA half-track. I think that Kuba Wagon's going to go down. Kuba Wagon is destroyed. Panzer II not available to counter, although he probably could have hunted and killed that if he had taken this route right here, which he might actually still do. Moving to head that thing off. It's going to take a very wide route through the north right here. I don't know if there's any threat of engine damage. He's too tempted by the concept of wiping that rifle squad, and I think he might be getting a little too close. Couldn't quite seal the deal. Autocannon is a little off target right there. Switches targets to this rear echelon troop squad. Meanwhile, Strategos, 117 fuel, has not gone airborne. I would definitely go airborne if I had to deal with this, because I don't want to slow down my Sherman by going captain tier. But I definitely do want an AT gun. Airborne is the perfect solution to this problem. But yeah, no commander selection yet from Strategos. Meanwhile, Momo has gone fortifications, but not utilized any of the doctrine's features yet. Thinking maybe pack 43.
Heavy machine gun trooper ready for action.
Yes, I can. Wow, it's so much easier for me to read the donation message now. The font's so much bigger. Man, I love that little do 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 do. Oh, that sounds so good. Yes, I will. Thank you, 40Cake, for your $5 donation. That's very nice of you. Much appreciated. Folks, Grenadiers engaging against Lieutenant here in red cover in the south. Oh, that wipe. I think it's a wipe. Red cover. Smoke actually might save them. They get around the corner and the tier 4 structure will protect them through the retreat. That is a lucky escape right there. Lucky escape and lucky timing on the smoke grenade, mostly. Or lucky placement, I guess. I thought that frag was going to wipe that squad for sure. Moo-moo. Why did I say moo-moo? Momo has had a couple of lucky escapes this game, and so has Strategos. A lot of near misses. RNGesus deciding this is not going to be a lethal game. This is going to be a real game. Folks, Grenadiers jumping into a building right here. Frag. Another late reaction by Momo. Fortunately, Strategos placed that a little weird. I think he was hoping the squad would retreat like a little late. They didn't move at all. So overestimated his opponent's reaction time, apparently. And Folks Grenadiers will get away. And Lux has still made no move to just kill this thing. All it has to do is basically drive up and kill it. Well, that's not true. With the threat of rifle grenades around the autocannon is a pretty serious threat. But I am surprised that this is still on the field. He hasn't really prioritized killing it. He had an opportunity earlier where it was completely stranded, but he chased down a rifle squad instead. I think it's more important to kill the light vehicle than to kill a rifle squad. But apparently Momo doesn't think so. Panzer Shrek shot connects right there. Nice timing, nice timing. This could be it. He's going in hard, finds an opening, gets past the protecting rifle squads. I think that's dead. It looks like it's dead. Yep, no hope of escape, and it will go down. The Lux is now a little bit stranded, though. I think he's going to try and escape through the base, but there's another vetted rifle squad right here, so pretty much no matter where he goes, he is going to take engine damage. Whether he gets punished for that engine damage, though, is a different question. There is an AT gun right there. And I think this Lux might go down if he doesn't try and circle strafe that to death, which apparently he's not going to do. Lux will be destroyed right here, which is a shame. I guess he wasn't banking on there being an AT gun right there, so his decision to take a route through the base goes horribly wrong. He should have just backed up this direction. That was a bit of a bad judgment call right there, but I guess he didn't think his opponent had an AT gun. That is airborne selected by Strategos. Good call. I think it's a little late, but Gets the job done. Better late than never. Looks will go down. Momo at 114. This is going to be another one of those weird YouTube videos where the technical... I got a blue screen this time, so sorry for the weird jump in times, but it's now 18 minutes. And I guess I'll just jump right back into the cast. MG34 shutting down a push right here. Thompson paratroopers have been fielded, so that's new. And the map split pretty in half again. The Looks just went down to an AT gun right there. And Momo is, again, about a minute away from a Panther. Machine gun will be forced to retreat. Oh, there it is. There's the Pack 43. Pack 43 going up. You know, it's fun to see fortifications. It's kind of died out. It's kind of died out. Unfortunately, but see if maybe Momo can make it work. Against U.S. forces, maybe it should be pretty good, although it can be tough to deal with Thompson paratroopers, I think. He's going to need to get something a little more meaty anti-infantry out. He's currently got basically only anti-tank, except for his 2 machine guns. 1 Raketenwerfer, 4 Panzerschreck squads, Pack 43, hard anti-tank mines. So the only way he can actually beat Thompson's is just by blobbing them to death with 3+ Volksgrenadier squads, which is almost all of his infantry. kind of tough, unless he can catch them in really red cover or something. Catch him in a really bad engagement. It's currently triple capped. Game's getting tough. He might be able to work the north a little bit unopposed for now, but a Sherman's on the field, so counter-harassment's a very serious threat. It might prove difficult to deal with unless he gets lucky and the Sherman just dives the Pack 43 without realizing it's there, which, like, looks like it might happen, because I don't think he's spotted this yet, as far as I know. I think there's a pretty decent chance that Sherman might just drive right into it. Pretty sure the Pack 43 needs 2 shots to kill a Sherman. Is it 2 or 3? If it's just 2, I think sniping this thing, very real possibility. If you can get vision of it, it's already inside the range. It's about to expose itself on these Volksgrenadiers. As soon as they spot it, it's probably going to start rotating. Baiting that Sherman in, baiting it in. Volksgrenadiers are going to retreat. Sherman's not chasing. He might lose vision of the Sherman here, unfortunately. Pack 43 might not be able to finish it off if it loses vision. Raketenwerfer just shot through the ground. Yeah, lost vision. Couldn't even get 1 shot off, let alone 2. Here in the north, grenade toss. Oh man. Oh no. Oh, that was so close. I thought that one was a wipe for sure. How many near misses on these grenades this game is Momo gonna get? Wow. At least that reaction wasn't quite as late. Honestly, I'm not sure he was going to win that engagement anyway. 2 riflemen against 2 Shrek'd up Volksgrenadiers would completely depend on lucky Shrek snipes to take that, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, no anti-infantry is making this hard for Momo. Very hard. Panther on its way.
Lousy patch of dirt is ours. Casualty reports are flooding in. Units are losing men to the cold. Area secured. That was too easy. Change your bags!
Sherman re-exposes itself against the Pack 43. I think he's trying to maybe get that thing to expose itself. I feel like Strategos must know about that Pack 43. I think he spotted it. Why else would he be so skittish with his Sherman? He's being very careful. Then again, he has excellent map control. Maybe he just doesn't feel a need to push beyond this point. I'm not sure if... I have no idea if he's seen this or not. It hasn't taken damage. No units have fire-died it. Maybe he jumped in the church or something and saw it that way. But yeah, that Sherman doesn't seem to have any intention of getting inside of its range. Panther's on the field. That Panther out. Pretty decent chance of the game turning back in Momo's favor. He needs to get that Sherman cleaned up to enable his units to harass territory safely again. Oh god, this clump. Okay. Momo actually reacted that time. So that's good. Stern Pioneers moving to harass the Panther, which is just set up here in the south. Again, I'm not sure Strategos is aware of this unit. If that Sherman exposes itself to Pack 43 fire, which it has, and the Panther gets vision of it, that's a dead Sherman for sure. Gets clear of the Pack 43's range, but its retreat path is compromised, depending on exactly which way it goes. It's about to expose itself to the Panther. Here it comes. Run right into each other in the blizzard. Sherman takes a shot at the Volksgrenadiers, but it totally whiffs. Volksgrenadiers get a Panzerschreck shot off. Sherman is backing into the range of the Pack 43. I think it might go down. Unless he loses vision. I think he has vision, right? There it is. I was like, why would it not fire? There it goes. Wasn't monitoring his Volksgrenadiers, though, during that engagement, and he has to trade. He totally should not have lost those Volksgrenadiers during that. He should have just picked up the Sherman, made it a nice, safe, tight engagement. Didn't retreat the Volksgrenadier squad. They go down to Thompson paratroopers. He's microwing some other stuff up here in the north, though. Capturing territory. Looks like that squad's going to have to retreat, but he gets a couple of sectors under his control, so that's good. Rifle grenade on the Panther damages the engine, but Stern Pioneers are very nearby, should have no problem getting that repaired. That AT gun may want to think twice before overextending itself. Double AT gun build, by the way, from Strategos, despite going airborne. Sometimes it's airborne. Wait, what happened to the paratroopers? Are they seriously all dead? I have no idea how those paratroopers... There was a 6-man paratrooper squad down here. What happened? I don't even see their corpses anywhere. Wow, paratroopers got wiped. Did the Panther kill them? No? Maybe. I truly have no idea how they could have possibly died. I don't know what was down here. Maybe a grenade or something from Momo? Well, chat's guess is as good as mine. Paratroopers being wiped is a shame, and that's going to make the double AT gun purchase... Well, a double AT gun makes sense against a Panther. It's going to be very nice to keep that Panther from just bullying him off the field. Working on some riflemen in red cover right there. Volksgrenadiers jumping into green cover here in the center munitions. And a pretty decent sized force from Momo making its way towards the north, sending one of his 2 machine guns plus 2 Volksgrenadier squads. He's done pretty well with his team weapons this game, by the way. Doing a good job of keeping them in his control. Using them quite defensively, but just offensively enough to help him take territory and maybe hold it. Sending this machine gun to the north VP, leaving the other one very close to his battle group where it can help defend the front line here. Ooh, squad just got wiped. Grenadiers there on the sandbag position go down. I think that's 2 wipes from Momo this game. Come on. 3 out of 6. Getting a little bit expensive, but he's in an okay spot. Meanwhile, riflemen, I don't know if any rifles have been wiped. Nope, just paratroopers though. Paratroopers are pretty expensive, plus the loss of his Sherman means that he's had a pretty decent amount of manpower losses of his own. He's actually gotten such a fuel advantage he hasn't been able to spend it all. He's up to 200 fuel right now, and he's fielded so many AT guns because he feels they're more useful, I guess, against a Panther than Jackson or Shermans, maybe. But that's leaving him a little behind. He's actually floating manpower too, so he needs to get some tier 4 units out, keep that fuel count lower than it currently is, if possible. Clock currently ticking in Momo's favor right now, with 96 fuel in the bank, probably making his way towards King Tiger, maybe, eventually, if the game runs that long. In all likelihood, he won't be going any farther than Panther. Yeah, actually, the fun thing about Over Commando West 25 minutes in is that you have a lot of freedom. You can get pretty much... Wow, really? Those AT guns just walked up and killed the Pack 43. Wow, I didn't realize that even when crewed, they would still target the weapon itself, apparently. They took that out so quick. Nice pickup by Strategos right there. Nicely played. Apparently Momo is as confused as me. I did not know that was going to happen. Wow.
The command vehicle has gone static. HQ operations now underway.
Couple squads will chase away the Volksgrenadiers right there.
Keep up the fire! Aim for the loader! Find cover! Find cover!
MG34 working on these two squads. Grenade toss to try and force retreat. Momo will try to reposition. Actually negates a decent amount of the grenade damage, but he won't be able to set back up with another squad advancing, so he has to get out of there. But force a grenade toss, I guess that's something.
Prepare yourselves.
Stay organized.
Our supply lines have been cut. Americans are making a push.
Panther trying to harass here in the north. Momo doesn't really have the float right now to build a new one of those. Fortunately, his opponent has no armor, so that helps. And he doesn't intend to get any further armor either, so he doesn't even need the Pak-43 right now. Because he just, not only did he go 2 AT guns, he's replacing his lost paratrooper squad, so he's just going to let that fuel continue to float. Rather than purchase tanks, just getting more infantry. 2 squads of Volksgrenadiers going towards the north victory point right here. And I feel like his decision to go so hard into infantry might hurt a little bit. You know, I'm actually glad that he's doing this because this is the exact opposite of the game I just cast. Where Golden Horse went, instead of going Panther, went straight for King Tiger. Strategos is doing an extremely similar build to what Antilles was doing, although instead of riflemen with LMGs, he has paratroopers because it's airborne. But it's still a double AT gun, 4 riflemen. So same basic core. And it's kind of interesting to see how Panther performs against it compared to how trying to stall for King Tiger worked. And the Panther was instrumental in destroying the first Sherman, which is really slowing down Strategos in map harassment. You can sort of tell how the map is turning back red, back into Momo's control.
Task complete.
So
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
I feel like I'm slightly vindicated in saying that Panther would have been a better call. Maybe. Although the map is totally different, it's airborne instead of infantry, it's still a pretty different dynamic. And of course, is a lot of micro variants as well. Grenade toss into the building. Nice dodge by Momo right there. Counter grenade, no dodge. Counter grenade, also not dodged. But in green cover, he takes very minor damage and looks like he should be able to get to safety with both of these squads. Briefly stalled, but again, against Thompson paratroopers, no really hard anti-infantry for Momo here. Although he's gone tier 4, he might consider maybe a squad of Obers. Oversoldaten were critical to this build pre-patch. Seems to be muddling his way through, though, without Oversoldaten here, utilizing his Panther to try and manage the threat of these infantry as well as he can. Since he doesn't have to deal with LMGs or flamethrowers, the riflemen are really only so dangerous. They're not that bad. Thompsons are wrecking those Volksgrenadiers, but they get suppressed. Maybe he should have stuck around. They did get suppressed. Panther could go in for a crush maneuver, but actually looks like he wants to continue kiting these riflemen for a little while. An engagement for the left side somehow. Momo is holding this line, forcing retreats. I don't know why they retreated, though. They look like they have a pretty decent amount of health. Probably could have won an engagement against a couple Volksgrenadiers. MG34 is about to get flanked. They're pretty spread out, so they shouldn't go down to 1 grenade. Panther's still harassing those riflemen. Seems to be doing all right. Slowly pushing them away. MG34 moving to defend here on the center munitions as well. A couple squads healing and reinforcing in the back. Still no tank for Strategos, but it's coming. Sherman finally. He could get 2. Sherman's probably a good call too against Stuka, which is about to hit the field. Like I was saying earlier, at 25 minutes plus, Commando West has a lot of freedom. Once your Panther's out, anything becomes viable. It doesn't matter what you could go Sturm Tiger even. Sure, why not? As long as you have that Panther to act as an effective screen against the Shermans, a really mobile anti-Sherman, anti-all US tier 4. Just the fact that this is on the field means that getting utility items like the Sturm Tiger, Stuka, Jagdpanzer, you know, whatever you feel like you need, whatever you think will fill that gap in your army. And look at what a good decision this might turn out to be. Yeah. Oh, almost. That one barely manages to get clear, but that double AT gun's gonna get punished by that decision to go Stuka hard. So I think that Momo has made a very good call with that unit. Or King Tiger. You could also go King Tiger after Panther if you think you can make it and you think that it's necessary for whatever you're up against. Like Panther into King Tiger can be a good build against Shock Rifle, for example, if you're up against a lot of IS-2s, if you can make it. Getting there is the hard part, obviously. Oh, you're right, it is. Sorry about that. There you go. Wrong overlay, my bad. I do that sometimes. Crew gets killed right there on that MG34. A couple of squads engaging. Oh no! They got caught salvaging, but they will also get away narrowly. Stuka will be available to fire again soon. Momo always parks in his base. I almost feel like that's a bad idea. I mean, yeah, it's a good idea because it's away from the battlefield where it'll be difficult to find, but it's just dangerous because if the Sherman, for whatever crazy reason, just decided to dive the base, like go with a really wide flank around the outskirts of the map and just go into the base and try and kill the Stuka from behind enemy lines, it would probably succeed because parking the Stuka so far away from the Raketenwerfer, Panther, and mines actually makes it theoretically possible for the Sherman to hunt it and kill it. It's unlikely, it's highly unlikely, but it could happen. Something to think about. I think hovering the Stuka close to your battle group headquarters where it's got a little bit more protection is a slightly better practice, especially if there's mines nearby that you can use the Stuka to bait the Sherman or whatever's diving it over a mine. But people, I mean, if you've got a nice defense set up, people will generally try not to dive you to try and kill your Stuka unless they really feel like they need to kill it. P-47 crashing into the base. Well, if a plane falls on your Stuka, it doesn't matter where you put it. That was just bad luck. In the base, fire battle group headquarters. At least if it's in your HQ, it'll not kill your blob on your battle group as well. If that helps. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, I guess. Did that hit anything? Doesn't look like it. I'm not sure what he was aiming at. I'm pretty sure that... Yeah, no kills on that barrage. I have no idea what he was trying to shoot. Maybe he was firing blind and hoping for the best. Nothing back there, though. New Sherman's on the field, moving to harass these Volksgrenadiers on the fuel point here in the north.
300 points remaining.
Oh. Ouch. Does anyone think Sherman HE shells are overpowered? I feel like they're a little overpowered. I feel like glass cannon units in this game are hard to balance because you could argue HE shells are balanced by the fact that the Sherman dies so easily and comes out kind of late, like 10 minutes, as opposed to the Stugi, which comes out quite quickly, maybe 7 or 8 minutes. But I still feel like it's a little on the strong side. I don't know. Oberkommando West have 5-man squads, so that helps them survive a little bit. Volksgrenadiers anyway. Fallschirmjäger and any 4-man squads, though, against HE shells is just like a nightmare.
Operations advises a severe cold front is moving in. Prepare for possible blizzard.
I feel like they could be toned down a little bit, maybe. Maybe made a little more consistent. But it was just a little minor tweak. I don't want any massive... I don't want them to like redesign the Sherman.
Capture point is being overrun.
Be careful what I wish for.
Welcome to the death factory, boys. Under fire!
I am lucky, baby nihilist. I am blessed by many great mods. And they are blessed by me. New Panzer II! It's kind of creative. I'm kind of like, Yeah, I know nobody's listening. I don't even know why I bother, like... Why even talk about balance? It's pointless. It's pointless. Nobody cares what I think. And rightfully so, because I'm terrible at this game. Squad will retreat right there. and Jackson on the field. But yeah, I like this build from Momo. It's kind of fun to see him go straight to Panther. Well, not straight to Panther. He went Panther 2 first. But after getting a Panther on the field, goes back down to Stuka, then back down even further to Panzer 2. Getting lighter and lighter vehicles, try and round out his army, give himself a mobile force, working with his pop cap as is possible. Getting a lot of fun vehicles out. Does he have fuel transfer on? No? He just has pretty good map control, I guess. He actually has both fuel points right now, so yeah, pretty solid. Stuka got another wipe right there, bringing it up to 10 kills. Slowly whittling Strategos down. Is that going to freeze to death? No. Folks Grenadiers will be forced to retreat right there by Riflemen, which are going to take a little damage from the Blizzard, I think. Throwing up a fire pit.
Soldiers are freezing out there. Something needs to be done.
It's actually more expensive to build a fire pit than to take one loss on Riflemen. Hans got mad? No, that never happens. I'm just kidding, everybody gets mad. Even me, even me.
Ops report the weather is lifting. Stand by for confirmation. Destroyer is ready for action.
Cavalry has arrived. Form up.
Ooh,
Fucking hit.
another wipe. Another wipe on Folks Grenadiers. Stern Pioneers falling low here in the south. They do have Panzer II support. That's making a late retreat. Not sure he's monitoring this. Ah! Really late retreat. He had ample time for that. Oh man, Momo just walking up into point blank with that Panzerschreck squad. That's asking for it. I don't think that's getting away. Panther taking shots at the Sherman from range though. Looks like it's going to seal the deal. Jackson gets a nice hit off. Oh, Panther shot just sailed wide, and now he has to disengage under heavy Jackson fire. Oh, sniped an MG group member. Panther needs to pull back to safety. It is Vet 2, so it actually might be able to tank a shot from a Jackson. It's not a vetted Jackson, no armor-piercing rounds.
Under fire.
This lousy patch of dirt is ours.
Enemy contact! Where are they coming from? Point secure!
Point secure!
Stern Pioneers repairing a Panther here in the south. Momo wishes that his Panther had HE rounds. Well, maybe he should stop standing in front of a Sherman with Folks Grenadiers. I mean, on the one hand, there's unlucky wipes, and on the other hand, there's standing in front of a tank for a really long time and hoping that it doesn't kill you. Which is kind of what it looks like Folks Grenadiers have been doing this game.
Overrunning one of our capture points.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits? Green as green can be. Paratroopers ready for action.
Grab your shit and follow me.
Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being
MG34 setting up here on the central munitions.
Promotion's in!
All done over here.
MG34 is gonna retreat right there. Lieutenant sprinting up here to the top right to get control of this victory point. Game's actually a little quiet. Momo being forced to be quite careful now that there's two Jacksons on the field. Sherman's going to be fully repaired soon as well. As long as he can keep the Stuka alive, I think he's in an alright position though. He just needs to support his Panther with the Panzerschrecks in any big engagement against these tank destroyers, and he should be okay. He might also be a little bit RNG dependent though. He's obviously gonna be hoping for some good bounces on the Vet 2 frontal armor of that Panther to help swing an engagement in his favor. Panzer II is gonna look for opportunities now that all tanks are currently occupied in the north. Nice play. If you for example, assaults this position with the looks while this engagement is happening, he could probably wipe out the ambulance and everything around it. Looks like he's not gonna do that though.
We're losing a capture point.
That would have been cool though. Would have been cool. Stuka coming down. Not gonna hit anything. That was somewhat poorly placed. Jackson's moving up to advance against the Panther. I don't think this is a good engagement for those Jacksons though. There's a Raketenwerfer and a Panzerschreck squad right here. Panzerschreck targeted the one in the back. Raketenwerfer's not even firing. I don't think it has line of sight. Oh wait, maybe it does. That was good RNG. That was really good RNG for Momo right there. He should engage on that, I think.
Damn Krauts just wasted some of our riflemen.
Something just got wiped in the middle, I guess? Yeah, squad right there just got wiped. Rifle squad. Panther trying to plank away at a Sherman right here. Both Jacksons at about half. I think Momo should get a little more aggressive. I think if he just charged the Jacksons with the Panther, he had a really good chance of killing one and getting away clean. He's got Panzerschreck support here as well. Now he can't because he just took engine damage. I don't know. I think he could have won that. They were both at half. He had a Raketenwerfer and 2 Shreks in the area. It's hard to judge though sometimes. You never know when all the Jackson shots are just going to penetrate and then your Panther is dead.
A capture point is being overrun.
I can understand Momo wanting to play safe. There's nothing wrong with that. Panzer II here in the middle engaging against these riflemen.
Squad back, full force.
God damn it! Keep your way up! Enemy on the ground! Enemy Panzer!
Raketenwerfer moving up to fire against these
Infantry unit being wiped out.
units. So many wipes! I don't even know what just got wiped just now, but I heard the guys say that something got wiped. And a Sherman just died up here. How come I'm missing every big thing that dies? Damn it! Sherman goes down to Raketenwerfer, I think. Yeah, Raketenwerfer. With the Sherman dead, it's going to be a lot easier for Volksgrenadiers to move up and snipe Jacksons with their Panzerschrecks, and the American infantry force is getting dangerously small. Very dangerously small. At least the paratroopers are still alive. Paratroopers are pretty tough for Momo to counter right now, except for with the Stuka, of course, which is moving up to fire again. He might be firing blind. Maybe not. He's got vision of a couple squads right here. If he fires at this short of a range, it might be a little difficult to dodge. He's gonna pull back though. Machine gun. Almost getting wiped. Here it comes. Dodging laterally, making the right call right there. I think. Oh no! He walked right into it! Oh, that mind game placement right there. I guess he was just splitting the center of gravity and hoping for the best, and it paid off big time. Got 4 models from both paratrooper squads, which is going to force a retreat from both of them before they can engage again, significantly weakening his front line.
Armor here.
Looks like we're going in.
Boys, you ready to
Yeah, Hans.
We're back to full strength.
Chow was just talking about you. Welcome.
We're at 200 points. Krauts are taking one of our points.
Volksgrenadiers taking control of the VP up here in the north.
stick with me and you might just make it?
Wow, the Panzer has 25 kills?
They're making a push.
It's doing pretty good. Doing pretty well for itself, apparently.
All done over here.
A capture
That's not
point
bad
is
at all.
under attack.
Slowly vetting up. Vet 2 is really where it starts to take off. From there it gets pretty ridiculous. But double Jacksons should, even with Vet 2s, should be able to manage it if it overextends, does anything dumb. As I think Volksgrenadiers with Panzerschrecks, though, will make for a very strong counter to this current composition that Strategos has. He needs to beef up his infantry corps a little bit, which he's doing, throwing some fresh riflemen on the field. If he could throw out a Sherman and try and pick up a few more wipes on Volksgrenadiers, that would help too. He's gotten a lot, honestly. How many?
Area's ours.
Damn it.
Squad
6. 6 wipes, and I know a lot of those had Panzerschrecks, so over the course of the game, quite a bit of damage stacked up against Momo, but he's turning things back around. The victory points are actually going to be even again. 47 minutes long so far, as we get down to 150 VPs, and they're both kind of trying to manage each other. They're both they both have to be very careful because something like that could happen. Two Jacksons catching the right vehicle in the right spot makes a huge difference. Folks Grenadiers have to retreat from Thompsons at short range right there. MG34s both rotating north to try and hold territory a little bit more firmly. If the Jacksons find an opening on the tier 4, which they do have, kind of. Raketten Warfare is on its way to shut that down, though. Raketten Warfare and 2 Shrek squads and the Panther rotating this way to push those Jacksons away, which is going to significantly weaken the force on the northeast VP. Stuka looks like he wants to take a shot at something, though. Can't quite find a target, though. Too much stuff in motion. Stern Pioneers are going to get into short range on those suppressed paratroopers, though. That's a nice play. The hull gun on the Stuka is actually working on these paratroopers. Doing a little damage. Might kill one. Apparently not. Panther's trying to work on the rifleman in this sector. Clock starts ticking against Momo again as he loses control of this point here in the south. The Stern Pioneers and Machine Gun have no choice but to retreat. And the Jacksons are trying to hunt and kill that Stuka. They're going in hard. It's trying to get clear. One shot connects. The other one can't quite get in range. The Panther will move to head them off, and it will get away by a miracle sliver of health. Unfortunately, those Thompson paratroopers didn't chip away at enough of its HP to make it within one-shot range for that Jackson. So that's going to need some repairs. It pulls back to the Mechanized Regiment HQ to finish that off. Now, if Strategos had attacked that Stuka from the north with one Jackson and sent the other one around the deep south to catch it from the other direction, it would have had nowhere to run. That would have been some pretty next level flanking. Oh well. That was probably a little too much to ask. Folks Grenadiers have to retreat right there. They're up to VIP 5. Thompson paratroopers fall a little bit low to, I guess, MG fire right here. They're going to have to pull back. Clock is still ticking against Momo as he tries to find a way to turn this game back in his favor. How much fuel does he have? None. Why not? Oh, he just built a King Tiger. I was about to say, I feel like a King Tiger is going to be here pretty soon. It's almost an hour-long game, and there it is. King Tiger on the field, which will bring him up to 100 pop cap after the loss of his Panzer II. This is a pretty neat and tidy composition, by the way, if any of you are pop cap nerds. 3 Folks Grenadiers, 2 MG34s, 1 Raketten, 1 Stern Pile, and then these 3 vehicles brings you to exactly 100. Oh no, 101. So you have to run around with 1 4-man Folks Grenadier squad, but still, that's a pretty solid composition. That can take on pretty much anything. If you can get this far, that is.
One of our capture points.
All done over here.
These 2 squads retreating to the ambulance right here. These 3 making their way towards the center munitions point.
Change of plans.
That Folks Grenadier squad is going to retreat back to the battle group. This Stuka is moving up to fire on something, I guess. MG protecting the south victory point. The clock will continue to tick in Momo's favor now that his King Tiger has moved up to take control of this point. And the 2 Jacksons are just idle during the blizzard. Actually going to get spotted by this Folks Grenadier squad. Rifleman in the blizzard managed to frag that machine gun to death. Ooh, there was a mine right there. Only kills 1 model though. Nothing too serious. Thompson paratroopers run right into the King Tiger here in the north. They will continue to provide vision for the Jacksons, which are going to try and kite that thing to death. The Panther apparently not moving to engage. I almost think that it should though. I feel like that Jackson is at half. If this Panther would just charge with Blitz or something and focus fire it down, he is going to go in on this. He likes this engagement, he will go in. Panther's at full health. Stern Pioneers bringing the paratroopers dangerously low, and they get wiped. Jackson goes down to King Tiger, and Panther fire. Panther has activated Blitz and looks like it's going to move to finish out the game. Going in hard on the Jackson. The Jackson shot just bounced, which I'm pretty sure means the engagement is guaranteed one for that Panther, unless I don't even know how it could possibly lose this at this point. It has activated armor-piercing rounds so that all remaining shots will penetrate, but it bounced anyway at short range. At short range, armor-piercing round from a Jackson bounced on that Panther. Not that it mattered. The Panther would have survived. Strategos throwing GG. Well played. 52 minutes in, Momo manages to pull through. I kind of liked this build from Momo. It was kind of disappointing that the Pak-43 just died to AT gunfire of all things, but I kind of liked seeing Panther, then Stuka, Panzer II, up to King Tiger from there. Which I doubt he was planning all the way from the beginning. Probably just adapted to the situation he was in, but he seemed to make pretty good use of it. I think the Stuka barrages maybe could have been a little more on target, but pretty solid. For
We got orders coming.
Strategos, I think he just went airborne a little bit late.
Ready. Send orders.
A little bit late on going airborne. Because he needed the AT gun to counter the Panzer II a lot earlier. And he also just lost his tanks once the Panther came out. I think maybe if he'd made a coordinated effort against this Tier 4 structure earlier when he had more of an advantage, things might have gone better for him. Possibly. It's hard to say though, in a 52-minute game, both players are going to make a lot of mistakes. So, lots of little areas for improvement, I'm sure, on both sides. GG. Axis wins.